Hello everyone, this is Fine from Awesome Tech Gaming Pro. I hope you all are well. Intel's Arc A770 and Arc A750 graphics cards have been benchmarked once again in OpenCL and Vulkan APIs and show a marked improvement. The benchmarks have been spotted within Geekbench, and I can say for sure that these are the final retail variants and not the various engineering samples that I've seen before. There are various benchmarks of both the Intel Arc A770 and Arc A750 cards published within the Geekbench 5 database. It is likely that these are the limited edition variants, as those have already been sent out to reviewers for testing. All benchmarks were carried out on a PC with Intel's Core i9-12900KS CPU and Asus ROG Maximum Z690 Apex motherboard and 32GB DDR5 6400 memory. In terms of performance, the Intel Arc A770 scored 99,482 points, while the Arc A750 scored 88,828 points in the OpenCL test. Just a few months ago, the Intel Arc A770 was scoring around 80 to 85k points in the same benchmark. So this marks performance improvements between 15 to 20% versus the previous results. As for the competition, the Arc A770 gets super close to the AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT and now sits 3% faster than the GeForce RTX 3060. The Arc A750 is around 8% faster than the Radeon RX 6600 XT. Moving over to the Vulkan side of things, the Intel Arc A770 scores 73,636 points, while the Arc A750 scores 66,609 points. This is on par with the GeForce RTX 3060 and 5% faster than the Radeon 6700 XT. The Arc A770 is around 3 to 4% faster than the Arc A750. Now I should remember that there's a lot of room for improvement still. As Intel had stated earlier, OpenCL is a legacy API for them, which they will focus after fine-tuning current gen APIs such as DirectX 12 and Vulkan in future driver releases. It is good to see that Intel has closed the gap with the competition, and given the prices and bundle value, they may very well be worth it. Currently, AMD's Radeon RX 6700 XT can be scored for $380, while the Arc A770 with 16GB can be bought for $350. The 8GB variant goes for even less at $330. The Arc A750 drops it down to $290 and should be competitive enough with RX 6650 XT, which goes for $300. Intel's main target being the mainstream segment seems to be a wise choice, considering that Nvidia and AMD will firstly focus their next-gen GPUs on the high-end segment. So the current-gen mainstream cards are going to remain in the market for some time until early next year. The Intel Arc Alchemist lineup will include the flagship Arc A770, which will feature the full SEM G10 GPU with 32 Xe cores and 256-bit bus interface. The Intel Arc A770 will feature both 16GB and 8GB flavors across a 256-bit bus interface and a TDP of 225 watt. The clock speeds for the card will be rated at 2.1 GHz for the GPU and 17.5 GB per second for the GDDR6 memory, offering up to 560 GB per second of bandwidth. It is expected to be positioned in the same performance category as the RTX 3060, but will offer slightly better performance. I've seen several benchmarks of the Arc A770 here and here. The graphics cards will be starting at $330 pricing for the 8GB variant, while the limited edition with 16GB memory will be priced at $350, which is a very small premium for twice the memory cap. The graphics card is said to offer up to 42% better performance per dollar versus the Nvidia RTX 3060 overclocked variant. The second part is the Intel Arc A750, which will also be equipped with an SEM G10 GPU, but house 28 Xe cores, 3584 arithmetic logic units, 28 ray tracing units, 8GB GDDR6 memory running across a 256-bit bus interface, and a TDP target of 225 watt, same as the Arc A770. The card will feature a 2050 MHz GPU and 16 GB per second memory clock rate for an effective 512 GB per second of bandwidth. This GPU will aim for the GeForce RTX 3060 series mobility options. Intel has shown the card to be an average 5% faster than the RTX 3060 across 48 modern titles. You can read more about the performance figures here. Intel also states that the Arc A750 offers up to 53% higher performance per dollar compared to the same overclocked RTX 3060, or 11% higher than the Arc A770, which is very impressive. That bodes well for the card, considering neither Nvidia nor AMD has plans to launch mainstream and budget cards based on their next generation GPU architectures for a couple of more months. It's definitely been a long journey for Arc, but I'm glad that the first Intel discrete graphics cards are finally happening, and I'm only a few weeks away from their launch. I can't wait to tell you how they perform and if the performance is worth the price. So that's it from now. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications updates. Thanks for watching.